Yeah, hey guys. I have a replay here of a really beautiful TvZ I want to show you. I just had. It's against 3.1 zerg, so fairly strong zerg. Sorry, I'm choking on a bit of coffee right now. And it's a continuation of this sort of ghost-mech style that I've demonstrated in a couple of recent videos. So the basis of our composition is going to be tank, widowmine, ghost, and battlecruiser. And we're going to start off standard, do 3cc into
additional supply depots required.
But then we're going to transition into this composition. And I think this is really fantastic. Build gives you a lot of map control, it's insanely efficient. And also what I do in this game is I expand like crazy, which you can do. You can do because you're not building a lot of bio, you're not building a lot of racks. So that's not draining your minerals. So you can produce a lot of command centers, and you actually don't have to build a lot of production because you're building high value units. So really, actually, I get maxed out in this game with just 2 factories, 2 starports, and 2 barracks. So 2 tech lab barracks producing ghosts, 1 tech lab factory producing tanks, 1 reactive factory producing widow mines, and then 2 tech labs starports producing BCs. And because these are all very gas heavy units, and you can spend your excess minerals on and then we prioritize upgrades, and we can spend a lot of excess minerals on lots of command centers, so we have plenty of scans, plenty of mules. So, and for our barracks upgrades as well, we're actually going to do neo steel armor first, high sec
command center upgrade
second,
complete.
and we're just going to get the defensive upgrades for the ghosts. It's a luxury in the late game. You can also get the attack upgrades, but they're not so important. And one of the so we see hatch first timing here, so everything's pretty standard from the zerg side. One of the advantages of getting neo steel armor early, not only does it make it your planetaries and turrets etc. more difficult to kill, but zergs know how many banelings are needed to bust a planetary fortress, and usually you don't have neo steel armor till very late in the game. So often what it'll mean is, okay, this is kind of nice when you catch the drone going up to try to take a third, don't quite get the kill. It's a bit frustrating. But yeah, often they will roll in a bunch of banelings into your planetaries and not quite manage to kill it because it's stronger. Now that's actually a very late spawning pool, so I can actually try to get a few drone pickoffs here. He's microing away the weak ones quite well, making life difficult. Now, you see that my macro back home is slipping. I should have dropped my 3rd CC by now. So, there's always a double-edged sword if you don't have very high APM trying to do this. So I just want to try to get one more, maybe get out here. There's going to be a queen popping soon. So get one more. Yeah, I think so. We got 3 kills, but unfortunately lost the Reaper. So I'm late taking my 2nd gas.
Command center upgrade
But I've got a lot of minerals that have piled up here. So I'm actually just going to go ahead and take 2 additional command centers, which seems crazy, but he had a very late spawning pool, and he was trying to take an early 3rd. So it's unlikely he's got any big attack coming anytime soon, right? And so we're going to be safe from roaches for a while, and we're going to be producing reacted Hellions. And yeah, so I use the barracks to produce a couple of tech labs here. We're just going to build at least 6 Hellions, keep them at home. Now I should be taking early gases on the natural. I'm a little bit slow to do that because gas is really the main constraint. And we can use the first tech lab to build another factory for another factory. And we're playing very greedy here, so we don't need to go out and pressure with the Hellions or anything like that. We're just going to keep them at home and make sure that we don't take much damage to any Ling run bys or anything like that. You want to keep them on the ramp actually, so you can sort of funnel the Lings into a choke and flame them from the top of the ramp. Okay, so yeah, we're going to have a really strong mid-game economy with 4cc, and it's also low risk as well. If your basis gets busted, baneling busted, then you can just in fact, I actually like to let them baneling bust the base now. Try to get the workers out, but let them bust. Let them spend all their gas killing a mineral only command center, and then you just replace it. So yeah, we've got a Viking. We want a Viking to deny vision. Okay. And then we're going to use the second tech lab barracks build to go into some cloak banshees. And ideally, you can deny the scout of the 4cc, but
complete.
he may have got a scout actually with his northerly overlord. But what can he actually do about it? So yeah, I'm a bit late saturating the gases here, but our gas mineral balance is still actually, you know, is looking good. You know, looking very efficient. So I'm keeping the Hellions at home. I've got 6, so we've got a couple of Widow Mines, and now we can just go out to harass. You see the Overlord's getting another 2 pick-offs up north, which is really nice. So yeah, the Vikings now got well, that'll be its 2nd kill. Okay. So the Cloak Banshees are a bit later than normal, and it's a bit harder for them to scout than normal. Okay, so now we can just send these 6 Hellions out, scout around. Now, because I've got 2 factory here, I can actually produce tanks, and I've got the Cloak Banshees, which means that we're well set up actually against any big roach push here. So I'm even going to go ahead and take a 5th base. Got an armory to cloak the Widow Mines. We can start the Fusion Core and Ghost Academy. Okay. Now you can actually scout the location of the Overlords. So he's taking probably his 4th base. You can scout the location of the Overlords and then rally a Viking to go in and find it. Now what I'm doing here is, you know, if he comes in with a lot of roach, Hydra or something, I can just evacuate these, lift this and pull it towards the tank, and he's going to take heavy tank fire chasing it in. Even if he kills it, I've got plenty of bases, so it's not great. So you see with my Viking, we just got another pick off over here. It's up to 3 kills. An Overlord that I scouted. Now, yeah, this is nice. This shows you that with good micro, 6 Hellions like the Thermal said can kill an infinite number of lings, and I think this is a pretty good demonstration. So he's trying to go for a surround here, but we've just got a critical mass. He's off creep, gets baited into the Widow Mine, and we're going to end up getting an almost total clean out of a huge number of lings for free here, which is really, really nice. So in terms of our tech, we've got 1 armory. We go into 1 armory, we're going to Ghost Academy, Fusion Core, Engineering Bay. We only need 1 Engineering Bay. We're going to need 2 armories, and so that'll be all the tech that we need. And see, I'm just going to take a hit. Look at my minerals are piling up, right? So I can just keep taking bases. So I'm going to keep these Hellions at home to try to avoid taking damage at the 3rd. And we're going to send our Cloak Banshees in now and try and get a little bit of a scout of what he's doing. So he's late on the spores here, which is really nice. So he's got a layer, he's morphing an Overseer. But this is really nice. And the thing is, he doesn't necessarily suspect battle cruisers. Not, you know, usually Terrans will go Cloak Banshee into Bio, or they'll go straight to VC. So this is kind of nice. Now if I see or suspect mutas, I can throw turrets up. Getting the Neo Steel Armor upgrade and then the High-Sec Auto Tracking upgrades quickly are also very good. So we've got a Widow Mine perimeter. We've got those Hellions there. We've got tanks on the high grounds. We've got a couple of Ghosts already. And what I'm actually going to do is hide the... I'm going to put a Widow Mine at each of the sensor towers as well to deny vision here. So I'll know when he has those towers if he tries to send a single ling in. Okay, my Viking is, it's gonna, there's no base on the side, so he's maximum probably 5 bases. So we'll try it. Now command centers are a dime a dozen for us because we have a lot of excess minerals in this build. Okay, so he's going, I lost my Viking, but I get a scout that he's going Hydra, which is good to know. Yeah, so because they're a dime a dozen, I can just try and expand like crazy, right? Just take the gases, And it's not really a big deal if we lose any of them.
SCV ready.
Okay, so he's sending in some scouting links.
Complete.
Now the reason I lifted there is not because I'm worried about one ling, but I'm worried that he's got lings poking around here. He's going to take that as an invitation to attack, right? So I took a bit of splash damage there. It was just a scouting ling. So I'm just going to leave it there. You know, and like one of the things is it's a nice distraction because I'm actually expanding on the other side here.
Research complete.
So if he's sort of focused on me trying to expand there, I can build another planetary to cover the third. Go to so actually I did +1 defense before National Armor. That was a mistake. But going up to second armory, and I'm starting to produce battle cruisers, and we're going to keep the battle cruisers and the ghosts kind of back secret. You know, like you can actually do a lot of damage if you come in with 4 or 5 battle cruisers and it's unscouted. I should have probably built a few more missile turrets in case he went for mutas.
Field depleted.
But the battle cruisers are going to be good against mutas anyway. So I'm not too worried about it. Okay, so we've got a good defensive setup here. We're going to put tanks in strategic locations if he runs in. So he's denying that base, which is slightly annoying. But you know, our supply is looking very good here. We're almost maxed out at 11 minutes. We've got good upgrades. We've got a high-tech army, and our worker count is 87. Okay. Now, yeah, what I wanted to do, and I coordinated poorly here, is try to bait him into my Hellbats or Widow Mines, but my units were poorly coordinated. But it is occupying his attention, so what I can do, you know, while he's worrying about that, I can expand on the other side, and I can get my battle cruiser and ghost count up. So yeah, the baiting here didn't really work.
Who called in the fleet?
He had high ground vision.
Mineral field depleted.
But we're gonna try and take it. We'll just leave it there for now. I don't really I'm not that optimistic about how long we're gonna. Our main focus is gonna be expanding to the right.
Command center upgrade complete.
So I want to start extending my perimeter of Widow Mines and tanks out to the right. We've got a planetary there that's going to help defend any push on the third. And yeah, okay, so he's scouting. Yeah, it's a bit optimistic, yeah. But yeah, like I say, it's sort of dime a dozen command centers at this stage. So yeah, we see his armies over here. We see it's Hydra heavy. So we can just expand to the right. And I think it's going to be time to send my battle cruisers out.
Who called in the fleet?
Research.
SCV ready.
Now I think it's wise to keep your ghosts away from the front line because you don't want to be looking away and have banelings roll into them. So I've got them sort of behind my natural wall, and I should probably have another sensor tower out here, just so I can try to see where his army is. And, yeah, you can move your ghosts into position when you see where his army is moving. But I forgot to saturate those 2 gases, which is kind of painful. But yeah, we're maxed out here. We've got a good defensive perimeter. I don't have enough turrets. That's another mistake. And there's no creep, so it looks like he's expanded down this side. That's what I expected. But yeah, let's see how prepared he is for the BCs. So we're coming in with 5 BCs here that are 2-1 BCs, and it's been entirely unscouted. Now, of course, he's gonna brush out crafters from here, so we've got a limited window to do damage. But you know, and this is the other advantage. If we build lots of command centers, I don't need the mules even. So we've got the swimming and minerals. What I can actually do is save it from scans. The scans are really, really important to make sure the BC is safe. So we're just getting an incredible amount of free damage here.
Mineral field depleted.
Now I do make a mistake, so he's got some crafters popping out wisely, putting away. He's got Lurker Den, he's got all the tech,
Mineral
he's got
field.
Ultra's Cavern, all the kinds of stuff that will kill you if you went for a biocomposition.
Mineral field.
Now I make a mistake here. I thought he only had a few
Upgrade
corruptors,
complete.
but he's actually got a lot of
Geyser
corruptors.
exhausted.
And what I actually lose 2 BCs here.
Mineral field depleted.
And what I should have done is just I actually had the opportunity to Yamato the his hive. I could have just Yamato'd it, and I had 5 Yamatos that I didn't use, and I lost 2 BC. So that was pretty bad play. But if we look at the game situation in terms of units lost, you know, we're still looking very good here.
Upgrade complete. Command center upgrade complete.
So we've managed to take the corner base, and like as I've talked about, can you
Your
repair
forces
please?
are under attack.
Yeah. Okay. So he's still denying this side, but we've got most of the bases that we need, except 2. Most of the bases on our side of the map, and frankly, we don't even need to mine anywhere close to all of the bases on the map, given the efficiency of the style. What we do need to do is make sure that he doesn't mine from outside of the map. And we can see quite clearly that he's not, right? Now, I've made a mistake. I've got plenty of minerals. I should be building a lot more turrets.
Okay.
This is a big mistake. Okay, and I should have a sensor tower here as well, so I don't get caught out
Mineral
like that.
field depleted.
So now, when you see where his
Our SCV is
his
under attack.
corruptors are, you can take your BCs to the other side of the map. But now we can just get some nice snipes here. And like, what's he going to do with this army?
Depleted.
Right? I've got tanks, I've got a planetary fortress that I can repair. And I know that his BCs, his corruptors are on one side of the map, so I send my BCs to the other side of the map. Okay, and it's nice to see he hasn't actually taken these bases yet, so we've actually out-expanded the zerg, so I'm just going to push the creep back here. I forget to kill that burrowed link, which has been there for a long time. It's very annoying. But yeah, lots of scans so we don't get caught out. See the corruptors if they come in. Just clear out the creep and try to contain the zerg. You know, we're actually,
Mineral field depleted.
it's a role reversal in this
Mineral
game. We're
field
expanding
depleted.
like crazy and mining like crazy.
Mineral field depleted.
And it's quite hard for the zerg to deal with,
Unacceptable
right?
landing zone.
So yeah, we're just getting more free damage. It's obvious that we've got better economy than them.
Vespine geyser
We
exhausted.
want to kill the gases too, and then we just jump out. We jump back to where our ghosts are. We're getting away with mining that corner base, which is really nice. And we'll persist with trying to take this base. If whether or not we can get it, doesn't really matter
Mineral field
if we don't get it. But it's worth continuing to try. We've got plenty of minerals. And if we do manage to get it up, we can just start mining it. Mine it for a while. Yeah, I still haven't saturated those gases. That's very painful.
Unacceptable
Okay, so there's a big
landing
attack
zone.
coming here. But this planetary is really nice. Okay, now I just pulled my ghost in. I should have repaired that planetary. I had time. But it's going to get an ultra kill, which is nice. And I have my flanking ghosts who arrive a little bit late. We want to target down the ultras.
Mineral field depleted.
Okay, we can just pull them back now. And if he runs in, he's going to run into tank fire. We've got some banshees as well. And you know, at this stage, I've got way too many SCVs anyway. I don't mind using orbital. It can just tank damage. Well, my banshees is just still alive. Kill hydras, and I just
Unacceptable landing zone.
done that again. Okay, we've got a high ground tank to take care of that. Yeah, like my orbitals are a dime a dozen, right? And really, you only need sort of 50 workers. Again, if you like, all of our production in this game is just two barracks. I had more later, but 2 barracks. Okay.
Mineral field depleted.
Is there opportunity to snipe here? Unfortunately, the ghosts are a little bit late and out of position. Definitely need more turrets. Got a nice high ground tank there.
Vespine geyser.
We've still got widow mines on the
Upgrade
towers. I
complete.
should probably put like a marine there or something as
Base
well,
is
so we
under
can
attack.
see. Okay, so he's still hitting that base. He's focused on denying the right hand side, but just like what zergs will often do, you deny one side of the map, they just expand on the other side. Okay. So yeah, the idea here is, you know, sooner or later you're going to get a if he doesn't,
is under attack.
if he's not careful, he's going to get sniped, right? So here's a fantastic opportunity to snipe all of the
Base is under
disruptors.
attack.
I'm in deep.
I was lucky I didn't lose my ghosts there. But yeah, I've got tank fire. I've still got the Banshees alive, and I've got a planetary fortress here. So these are just incredibly efficient fights, right?
Mineral field
Still got some
depleted.
Marines alive from earlier in the game. I need a medevac. I think I built one. I'm not sure if I've still got it. But yeah, it's worth having one or two medevacs just to heal the ghosts. So he lost a lot of his corruptors there. And my cloak banshees are chasing the army, which was stupid. But yeah, if he loses his corruptor count to ghost, then you know you've got the opportunity to go in and do more damage. Remember, this is a 3-1 zerg, right? When I play these kinds of zergs with bio, I just get decimated. Now I should scan, yeah. I'm just gonna jump out. Like Yamato is nice, but like in that situation, I could easily lose one. So even if I Yamato 4 corruptors and lose one, that's not the best trade. Okay, so he's still coming in here, trying to deny this base that I don't really need. Let's see if we can get some snipes here. Okay, that wasn't best. But we've got a tank in that really nice position on the high ground there. That's just shelling out continuous damage. This one over here, it just got taken out, but it did an incredible amount of damage.
I'm in.
He's morphing Broodlords, but he doesn't have the corrupt account to deal with this with VCs. So yeah, this is just fighting in front of planetaries, right? So the idea is, instead of going out and trying to attack the Zerg, wait for the Zerg to attack into you, right? And then when you fight in front of planetaries with a good defensive setup, the trades are always just insanely efficient. And the most efficient way to do counter damage to the Zerg is just to go out with your BCs, and then you can just abort and jump out. Have lots of scans, so you can. I should be dropping even more orbitals, honestly, given how much money I have. Could probably consider just reactoring out some Hellbats as well and just sending them around the map to try to flame. Because what he'll probably do, I'm going to add some production here, because you know. But like he's probably going to build a lot of spores at this stage and not many spines. So you could actually probably go in with some blue flame Hellions and just send out 4 to 6 on each side of the map, and maybe you'll catch the entire mineral line that you can flame. So we're finally going to get rid of that friggin' burrowed Ling. But you notice that we've been getting away with mining the corner base the entire game, and that's actually really important. We know he doesn't have any of our bases, right? So, given the efficiency with which we're trading, you know, and he hasn't taken these corner bases either. He's just gonna run out of money before us. You know, you can see it's a bit of a cheat now that we're watching the replay. But if you look at the gas count, he's got 500 gas. We've got 5,500 gas.
Depleted.
Right? And if he runs out of gas, you know, he can't build all those high tier units that you get tortured
Mineral
with.
field add-on complete.
So yeah, he's starting to run out of money and run out of units. And now we can just go ahead and expand.
Add-on.
SCV ready.
And even start to mule out some of his bases to make his long-term economic predicament even worse. Okay, so he has found this base. I think he actually tried to take it himself. That's how he discovered it. Now I'm a big mistake here. I should have just built more turrets, and I didn't. So we're going to lose that base, but it doesn't matter. We've actually mined a lot of it.
Unacceptable.
I think we'd already,
Mineral
at that
field
stage, already
depleted.
mined like 80 or 90% of the gas from that base, and about 80% of the minerals as well. So at this stage, it doesn't really matter. I really probably should give away some SCVs as well. Like I still have 77 SCVs. At this stage, I only need probably half of that. But we'll mine out our bases first, and then we'll get So yeah, just more free damage. The Corruptors arrive. Again, I could have Yamato'd there, I should have actually. That's one thing I need to work on. Just pop 5 Corruptors and then get out. Especially because, you know, we want to bleed him dry of money, right? And it's nice doing this kind of damage, free damage, but the other way you bleed them out is just like trade. If you trade 1 battle cruiser, if I Yamato 5 Corruptors, but lose 1 battle cruiser, that's fine. It's about an even trade.
Base is under attack.
But look at my gas bank compared to his, right? Well, there could be an opportunity to snipe here if he's a little bit too focused on getting that command center. It's actually really good bait, you know. It's really good bait. I might do that more often. Keep the ghost back here at a safe location, and if he goes for it and he commits for the command center, then it can actually deflect the fire away from the ghost, and you can get your snipes off. So I'm just going to drop mules here, not because I need the money, but that's one of his bases. I want to try to bleed him dry of resources, but he doesn't have a lot left, it seems, so I am going to actually try to secure it with my tree.
Mineral field depleted.
So yeah, the thing is the BC count is now getting large enough that these are 3-3 BCs too. That he's going to have a lot of practice to deal with it. Make sure we kill the gases. We can both clear creep and make sure that there's no infestors. Again, it's low risk to just try to take these bases and just mule them. It's the amount of risk involved is not very high. So yeah, we've actually got enough here. We can just like fight straight up. So this base is mined out, right? Probably his third is mined out as well. I think he took this as his fourth. So he's only got 1 mining base now, which is the base down here. Okay, this is a bit of a counterattack here. We've still got those high ground tanks. What are my ghosts doing over here? Oh my goodness, it's a terrible rally. Yeah, they should be they should be at home to deal with like these kind of counterattacks. But yeah, it looks like he's like, I don't have enough, I'm just going to attack. See what I can get done. Where are my ghosts? Yeah.
Base is under attack.
Yeah. But my ghost can easily deal with this. Oh, he's got links and I forgot to shut my wall, which is annoying. But yeah, the ghost can. He doesn't have detection here. The ghost. I'm just going to send maybe 2 or 3 back to help deal with this, and then we'll send the rest over to his last mining base.
Is under attack.
Yeah, that's GG. So yeah, this was a beautiful game. I'll show you a quick replay from his perspective, and we'll show you some more analysis with stats. But you can see the efficiency here is absolutely insane, right? It's absolutely insane level of efficiency. So let's look at it from the Zerg perspective. Remember, again, this is a 3.1 Zerg, right? It's not like a 2500 Zerg or something. So I'm not sure why, but his spawning pool was so late. I guess, he wanted to take the 3rd before the spawning pool, I guess. Yeah. Oh no, I don't know. Yeah, it was late. Now I got three drone kills, but I lost the Reaper. Overall, I say that's not so bad. But it's nice to keep the Reaper alive to scout. But yeah, I know he was going for nearly 3rd. He's got a very late spawning pool, so there's not going to be like massive amounts of 2 basal roaches hitting, right? So I got plenty of time to get second factory up and get some banshees. So I'm going to be fine. He does scout the double expand. He should probably just go and take a 4th here and try and outbreed me. But if we look at units, alright, it's like we've got a similar worker count, and we're soon going to have 4 sets of mules. So he does take a 4th, that's smart. But yeah, we're getting a lot of overlord kills, so it's very hard for him to scout. I think he thought, I'm not going to have many units since since I've gone 4cc, so let's go for a big ring run by. We get another Overlord. That's really nice. But yeah, he was a bit unlucky here. If he'd got them through my wall, I could have been in a bit of trouble. But I do have 2 sets of Widow Mines, and this is why by the way, this is why Hellions provide map control, because like this is what can happen to the Zerg if they go out on the map with Lings when there's a bunch of Hellions on the map. If they get caught, they're gonna lose them all, right? So yeah, unscouted the Banshees. I missed a few of my initial shots, but we're gonna get incredible damage here. So he was droning pretty hard. You can see he was up to 70 or 80 drones. So we've reset the drone count back to 60. So we've got an equal number of workers. And we're taking up here. So yeah, equal workers against the Zerg here, given the composition we're going for and the number of bases. And the, 4 sets of mules. Okay. So the Viking's good. I'm just going and chasing Overlords at my Hellion scouted, trying to do that. But I did scout that he's got mass Hydra, so I'm not that worried about mutas or anything like that. But yeah, even if he goes for mutas, we've got battle cruisers to deal with it. So, and we've got high-sec auto tracking and near steel armor coming quickly. So he scouts that I'm on 4, trying to take 5 bases. Yeah, sees the Hellbats here. I probably should have kept them hidden. 78 workers to 68. So we're out expanding the Zerg here. We're on 5 base, I think, at this stage. We've got very good upgrades, and we've kept the BCs nice and hidden. Our ghost count's already 4. And this is the beautiful thing, you don't have to worry about how do you transition to deal with like ultras and lurkers and things like that. If you're going into ghost production early, you're already going to be very well prepared. And the other thing is that the ghosts are accumulating energy, right? When you start producing them early, they accumulate energy, so they get better and better. Yeah, I should have baited them into that Widow Mine. That was a mistake. So some suboptimal play on my part, but yeah, he's focused very much on this. He hasn't scouted the 5th. I believe I have the 5th up already. Oh, actually, I don't. I'm just taking it now. So yeah, it's 5 base first war. But look, my supply, I maxed out with good upgrades and a relatively high-tech army at 12 minutes.
Mineral field depleted.
We've got 88 workers. Okay, we're gonna lose this base.
Mineral field depleted.
But it's not a big deal at all. So we keep trying to expand on both sides. He should be trying to deny both sides, but we don't have to take both sides. In fact, with this build, it's so efficient that you actually don't even need to mine more than about 4 bases in the entire game, honestly.
Mineral field.
But you should always try to mine more, because, yeah, if the game goes on a long time, just having a big bank is really important. In particular, we don't want to run out of gas.
Mineral field. The hive cluster.
The other thing is that if it goes to the late game and we both run out of gas, that mineral bank is going to mean you could pivot to building just massive amounts of Marines. You know, if it went that late. But yeah, I could have Yamato'd his main here. Probably got it with 5 Yamatos. That was really bad.
The hive cluster is under attack.
But you know, we still got absolutely incredible damage. So he's down to 51 drones to 89 now. We've got a good defensive setup with tanks, planetary, tank, Widow Mine, and I should have more turrets with ghosts floating around as well. It's very, very hard for him to attack in, even with an army that's actually larger than mine because of in supply terms, because of my insane worker count. So he's maxed now. His army supply is 135. My army supply is 110. But yeah, we've got some snipes here coming. This is where he's going to see that we've got a lot of ghosts. we get a couple of corruptors, a lector, and 2 ravages, which is nice. Yeah, and now we can use the BCs. So you put the BCs on the opposite side of the map to where the corruptors are when you scout, and you always want to be jumping out, scanning and jumping out back to where your ghosts and turrets and widow mines are. So he can't chase in. Otherwise, after you jump, the corruptors find you and you don't have that kind of defense. He can just kill them all, and it's going to be a really bad trade. So yep. Again, with that many corruptors, I'm not necessarily sure that sticking around to Yamato is a good idea, because you are going to lose one. He's going to target fire 1 down.
Mineral field depleted. Mutation.
So I could have repaired that planetary, but it slows them down, and we get a ultra, and moreover, it deflects his army away from my ghosts. So snipe the ultras first. Those cloaked banshees are still alive and doing damage.
Mineral field depleted.
So we're like the zerg here, just constantly expanding. And even though he's doing a really good job trying to shut down my expansions, we just keep expanding, and it's very hard for him to stop us doing so. So he sees a couple of ghosts here. That was a bit yeah, so the ghost snipes here, and now we can actually murder the rest of the corruptors. Just like that, the corruptors gone. We do lose some ghosts here, but yeah, overall, just an insanely good fight. Yeah, I shouldn't have chased in here, but we do get some additional kills. We get a queen, we get a few hydras, but yeah. I could have actually been using them. They're not going to be so useful for harassment though, because he's going to have a lot of spores out, you would assume. So yeah, we just keep denying bases, and the difference is that we're denying bases without really incurring much cost. Now this high ground tank here has got 6 kills, and it's going to stay alive for quite a while. Get quite a lot of kills. Okay, it did get picked off, but it did a lot of work. Yeah. So this is forced them into bad fights, you know. The problem is that when you go and attack the zerg, like if you go out with your bio, with your tanks, especially if you've got a pushover creep, there's a much higher chance you're going to take a bad fight. Whereas in this situation, you can avoid taking a bad fight, because you're forcing him to attack into you. And with the BCs, you can always just jump out, right? If it's going to be a bad fight, you just jump out. So he still hasn't scouted that I have the corner base.
Our forces are under attack. Mineral field.
But yeah, his gas count is getting critically low here. He's going to really need some new bases soon. Because yeah, I mean, if we look at the situation, this is mined out. You know, okay, he actually has some gas here that he hasn't retaken, but this is mined out, including the gases. This is mined out in minerals, and the gases are about are actually 80% mined out. So you know he really needs to get this base and secure these 2 bases, or he's just going to run out of gas. So yeah, this is how he discovers this base, but it's too late. I've already mined most of it. But yeah, I have no excuse for only having 1 turret there. I should have had far more turrets. And I could just have tons and tons of turrets, and I could even have a second planetary. I probably should have moved more widow mines out there as well. Because like defending the 3rd base is no longer a priority. That's already mined out. Yeah. So we just keep hitting these bases, keep denying them to the extent we can. He's stuck on 50 drones. His bank is small. So yeah, this is where we get some really, really good snipes. So how many snipes do we get? About 8. I think we got 8, and we killed and a number of them are very weak, which is one of the reasons why he morphs them into broodlords, because they're already very, very weak. So yeah, now that I've reset the corrupt account with my ghost, and I know the corruptors are on the other side of the map where they were, and we've got a critical mass now of BCs. Well, we can straight up fight corruptors.
A creep tumor is under attack. The hive cluster is under attack.
Yeah, and they can just be so efficient, the battle cruisers. I've only lost about, I think I lost 2 in the early game, and I might have lost, I think I only lost like 2 battle cruisers in the entire game, maybe 3.
The hive cluster is under attack.
Yeah, and so the tanks are really good here. It could have been really good, but yeah, the wall, still were getting hits with those widow mines from the early game. Should have closed the wall, of course. But yeah, I have plenty to deal with. So now, you know, a few BCs are going to clean this up. I've actually got backup production here, so I actually doubled my production, put it here. This widow mine, I'd only got 3 kills actually, but yeah, these BCs just take out his last mining base. So yeah, the efficiency, absolutely insane. We're actually getting away with, we're going to soon get away with mining this base. We've got this base up. This base is doing great. Now we got 2/3 of the gas, and I'd say probably 75–80% of the minerals. So you know that was a huge success, that base. We never managed to take this one, but yeah, overall a really fun game. So if we look at the stats, let's go to match history. So yeah, we got maxed out on a very high value army quite early. We were out mining him pretty much the entire game, even though he went to 80 drones very, very quickly. So he was at 60. It was actually, the reason it's not higher here is that this is when my cloak banshees came in, and he had like another 20. He had another 20 drones popping when we killed 20 with the so it would have been 80 if we hadn't gone in with the banshees. And upgrade spinning, yeah, he kept up with the upgrade spinning. So yeah, I hope you guys found this game entertaining and instructional. Thanks for watching. Cheers.